this right here is evidence as to why I hate wearing a t-shirt on its own. The way I would describe my body shape as it is now is, you know, in like a 2-year-old child is drawing like their family, and they've got like skinny-ish arms, skinny-ish legs, relatively normal sized head, but a big fuck off circle as a body. That is how you would describe me, and people would take a second to think of it and go, makes sense. But it's been absolutely fucking boiling today, and it's not just the boiling; it's the humidity. So there's no way I can wear a hoodie or a shirt in this weather. So you have to put up with me in a white t-shirt, which fat people should never wear white t-shirts. But I liked it because it's a cup noodle curry one. Of course, it's food. Of course, it is. Which I got from Uniqlo. Which I pretty much buy all my clothes from Uniqlo now because I'm just stupidly trendy, and I've got those Asian vibes. Anyway, so that was quite an introduction, wasn't it? So now that you're gazing at my wonderful breasts, let's... my face is here, by the way. Keep an eye on them. Trust me, you're better off. So we've got a beer from Salt Beer Factory, and this is a can of the Alpaca Double Dry Hopped IPA, clocking in at 6.6% ABV. And does it state what hops are used? Let's see. Alpaca, a soft, double, luxurious and silky natural fibre harvested from an alpaca. And then number 2, they always like go with like faux dictionary definitions as well. A double dry hopped IPA, upfront tropical flavours are well balanced with a dry, bitter finish. So yeah, big fan of Salt Beer Factory. I know they're getting a lot of buzz and stuff, but I still think they're quite an underrated and overlooked brewery, to be honest. I've had some fantastic IPAs from them and some lovely dark ales as well. But this was in the Beer 52 box for June, coming into July. They're sort of like summer box. And all the beers up to this point from that box have been really good. So let's see what this one is like. Could be chilled down a little bit more for my liking, but I just need something that's a little bit cool and wet while I'm waiting for my pizza to cook in the oven. Because it's been a fucking ball ache of a day at work, but you know, who doesn't have a bad day at work? Do you know what I mean? Work's work. If you enjoy your work, I tend to think that there's something wrong with you, to be honest. I'm jesting, of course. So, beer in a glass then, and yeah, in line with pretty much 90% of IPAs now. Hazy, juicy looking, a little bit darker than some. It's got a nice amber hue to it, but it gets a little bit paler towards the bottom of the glass. Beer poured with about 1 finger's worth of white head, dissipated quite quickly. I've not heard someone use the word dissipated for a while. It's like you don't hear people picking out lychee anymore in beers. Anyway, now I've said that, I'll probably say there's lychee in this beer. We shall see as after I've spilt it on the floor. This is my first beer of the night as well. Well, it's definitely got that tropical pineapple aroma. There's a very subtle bit of sweetness there, not too sweet. Dip your nose in for good measure, adds to flavour. Yeah, it reminds me, I'm using this way too much in IPAs nowadays, but you know, like pineapple chunks. And you get that juice there that I always used to love mixing with ice cream to make a nice creamy sludge. I'll refrain from making comments mentioning creamy sludge, by the way. But yeah, this is really nice. Slightly herbal, a little bit of earthiness. But it smells damn good, so let's give it a taste. Cheers, folks. Oh, that's nice. It's a very soft IPA. Very gentle carbonation. Nice slightly velvety mouthfeel. Medium body, I would say. Unlike the lout that's consuming this beverage. Adam's going to have a field day with my... I've mentioned him again. With my self-deprecation. But hey, if you can't take the piss out of yourself, you're going to be miserable at the end of the day. It's really nice. Getting a bit of grapefruit now on the nose. There's a very subtle grapefruit flavour in there. No lychee though. Don't worry. Yeah, I mean it's a fairly standard sort of flavour profile. That's what you want to hear in a fucking beer review. You know, like 90% of the brewers in the UK can nail this style consistently, no matter what hops they use, no matter what the malt build and what sort of yeast they have. But I think Salt produced some absolute bangers. I mean, ICAT, which is now in Tesco's, that other one, they've got another IPA that's in Booze, as well as like their own web shop and stuff like that. I can't remember what that's called, but I did a review of it and I thought that was absolutely amazing, especially for the price point. They've had some really good collaborations that I've had. The one they did with Thornbridge, which was really good. So they're just a really good brewery. I really like them, and I think they need the more praise than they get, to be honest. But yeah, it's like fruit juice, fruit salad, just lovely. But it's one of those beers that you've tasted before, but this has been done really nicely. So, in terms of a rating then, for Alpaca Double Dry Hopped IPA, I'm going to give that a solid 8 out of 10. Another really good beer from Salt. That's 3 beers from this box that I've had, and they've all been, you know, around 8 out of 10, I can't remember. But they have been good. So I've got another couple of beers in the fridge to enjoy, and the flies are going to enjoy that as well. But yeah, this is lovely stuff. Highly recommended if you come across it, but any sort of IPA or pale from Salt Beer Factory, and you're in for a good treat. So yeah, if you've tried this, let me know your thoughts, opinions down below. If you're a fan of Salt Beer Factory, then always put your recommendations in the description as well. They're a brewery that I don't tend to buy often. It's always like in like beer packs, or if I'm in Tesco's and picking up some beers. So I'll have to do myself like a proper order, or buy a substantial amount of their beers, because I've yet to be really disappointed. I think the only disappointing one that I've had was a stout that I had around Christmas time, just because it was a little bit thin, and that was it really. I think I might have reviewed it, can't remember. Anyway, so pizza's probably burnt, but I don't care. That's just life, isn't it? Anyway, so go check out Salt Beer Factory. Go check out their web shop. I think they've got a web shop that does national delivery. I can't remember, but I'll put it down below anyway. And yeah, also check out Beer 52. Speaking of which, their web shops come a hell of a long way. I'm not going to make that point, because I'm making that point in every fucking Beer 52 related video as of late. But yeah, lovely stuff. 8 out of 10. Let me know your thoughts, opinions, and hopefully you'll join me next time for another beer review. Cheers guys, and you all take care.